Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial video for GoTechUp4School. In today's episode, we are going to do a tutorial on level 17, and let me tell you, level 17 is very unique because this is where we will introduce you to the line following robot. Imagine a robot that you don't need to control with a remote control. All you need to do is provide a black colored line for it to move itself in its own direction. Okay, now in this level we have been introduced to a new tool. So if you go to your sensing block, you can see here the IR photo reflector is there, but the words behind is different. Instead of distance, it says luminosity. Now what does luminosity means? That means it's directed by how bright or how dark the area is. And you can see we are in a dark and bright area. So dark and bright. Now, if you look through your right, there is another option. Below your IR photoreflector distance, it is IR photoreflector luminosity. And you can see when it's in a dark colored line, its CD is 0. But what if when you move to a bright colored area? So let's test it out, shall we? Let's test it out and see what we can get. Okay, so let's see what numbers we can get this time. So when you see it reaches the bright area, it is 100. So you can see if the black in the dark area is 50, is 0. If it's the bright area, it's 100. And students, that will be your key to success in this level. All right. So now, how do we do that? So how do we do that is by this. This is the answer for it. All right. Now, the key here is two things: the difference in the powers of number, in the number of powers, and your luminosity numbers. Okay. Now let's break it down a bit first. Okay. First things first, we know that the dark colored lines are 0, the bright ones are 100. The numbers interchange. Okay. If you're asking, oh, what about the middle? Usually it really depends, so you have to check it out. Some maybe 50, 70, depends on how bright or how dark the line is. But for now, let's just keep it to 0 and 100. All right, guys. So now, what we can do first is we need to do the conditions first. Conditions, okay? So if you see here, we're using an if then else block. Okay, so if this thing happens, then do this, else do that. Now, as just like any other levels, we use operators as well. So for operators, I will give you the opportunity to choose whatever operate between these two. Which one would you choose? Okay, but for me, I choose the lesser. So it's IR photoreflector luminosity. Drag it into it. If it's less than 1, okay, the reason why I put 1, it's because dark and bright, they're two different numbers. 0, 100. 0, 100. So as long it's more than 1, should be okay, right? Now, if you notice here that I put DC motor power, like the power is different. 1 is 25, why 1 is 100. Why do you do that, teacher? Why do you do that? Now, let me tell you a secret, okay? So when we're using different powers, right? What will happen is that when we use 100 for both sides, because it's equal in power, it will move straight, very balanced. But what happens when you change a certain number lower than the other? Example, remember M1, if you look on your top right, M1 is your right DC motor, M2 is your left DC motor. So if I decrease the power on the M1 motor and keep the 100% power on M2, what will happen is that it will move to the right. Why is that? Because remember the wheelchair theory that I said earlier is because when you put less effort on that one particular tire, but put a lot more effort on the other particular tire, the stronger, powerful tire will overpower and move faster than the second from the lesser or weaker DC motor. Okay. Now, still doesn't explain why do I do it like this. Now, when we do this, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to make the robot scoot left and right, left and right, left and right across this fine line, because as you can see, the points are all in between the black and white colored line. So imagine this. Imagine I am scooting left and right, left and right, left and right. You know how young students, what we did is that we will squat and we will do a crab walk. Sorry, we will do a frog walk or duck walk to the front. Imagine that we're doing a left right squat, but for the robot. All right. So what we'll do is, again, remember guys, forever block is very important because why? We want it to repeat until we reach the finish line. Okay. Now, next one, we put DC motor M1, M2, CW, CW. Now, this is not so important, but it is doesn't hurt to have it. So we put it in the forever block. Okay. Now, for the condition, we will put it under it. Okay, we will put it under it. Now, teacher, why don't you put the CW block inside as well? You can. You can. But again, if you do that, you're just going to repeat the word twice. So what you can do, you can just put it once under the forever block so that whenever they do this, it can reference back. So this thing, these two will always be happening because it's a constant. We don't need to be changed all the time. But these two, the reason why we do it twice is because the conditions change. Okay? Okay, now, without further ado, let's see how it goes. So because now, as you can see, let me repeat that. Okay, because now the number is 0. 0 means what? 0 is less than 1, right? Correct. So it will do the first command first. It will move to the right because M1, the power is weaker than M2. So it will scoot over to the right first. But once it touches the bright line, turns to 100, the second command takes over and it moves to the left. And now, as you can see, it scoots left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. Now, this is going to take some time. This is going to take some time. There is a secret for it as well. What we can do is that you can increase the power to make it work faster for you. Okay? But if you're not used to it, you can just stick it with the lower numbers first. But yes, this is one way for you. If you want to keep it working faster, you can do by like this. Okay, now this will take time, ladies and gentlemen, but I hope you understand whatever I'm trying to teach you today. So I will see you again on level 18 as we wait until the level finishes. All right, so see you again on level 18, everyone. All right, bye bye.